In this brief tutorial, we will discuss and demonstrate the steps required to log into the TMS system and navigate to the point where we are ready to prepare our offer. To log into TMS, type stonybrook.edu/TMS into your browser and log in using your NetID and NetID password. Once logged in, you will access the recruiting module. If you've worked with TMS before, you're probably familiar with the process of moving candidates through the candidate selection workflow. It is important that the candidate is in the correct step and status. Since we are ready to make someone an offer, the candidate needs to be in the step and status of offer to be made. The offer cannot be created if the candidate is not in this step and status. If the candidate is not in the correct step and status, use More Actions to change the step status and then save and close. Now, since we've already ensured that the candidate is in the correct step and status, we're ready to start creating the offer letter. We will again be using More Actions to create the offer. This is a view of the offer grid. The information in the requisition column represents everything that is associated with the job posting. You can easily pull all of the requisition fields over to the offer fields using the double arrow icon at the top of the requisition column. We will review each field as we move through the tutorial, so don't worry if you're not quite sure what to enter. The information contained in the offer grid must be 100% accurate, since it will be automatically exported to PeopleSoft and Payroll during the onboarding process. Choose a start date, leaving enough time for pre-employment checks to clear, and leave the tentative box checked. This will allow you to update the start date more easily later if necessary. The expiration date represents the date by which the candidate must make a decision. Then you'll select the pay basis and enter the salary. For part-time positions, this is where you enter the salary that the employee will earn. The annual salary is the full-time salary. Each employee must be assigned a unique line number, and you will enter the employee class, an appointment type, and then the FTE. The FTE must be formatted as X.XXXX, so a 4-digit decimal. Select whether the employee will be benefits eligible or not, and then enter the salary grade offer. If you're unsure, this can be found in the job code field, or use the selector to see the full list of options. The action reason field must be selected, and this will be covered in more detail momentarily. Then you'll complete the SU frequency code, annual, biweekly, or hourly, and this must match the compensation rate code. The contact category will determine if the position is essential to report to work during an emergency or snowstorm. And then you'll complete the compensation rate code, which again must match the SU comp frequency. This is the action reason list that you must choose in the offer grid. On the left side is state, and on the right side is RF. This information is also available online. And if you have any questions about which action reason to use, please contact RF or state appointments as appropriate. The action reason code must be correct for an offer letter to be approved. Now that we have created the offer grid, we can create the offer letter. At the bottom of the grid, when you choose Create, the Offer Letter Assistant window will appear, and you will choose the appropriate letter template. Next, you will select the appropriate paragraphs. Keep in mind that if the requisition and posting require a driver's license or state that the position is essential, you must select the SBU driver's license paragraph and/or the SBU essentials paragraph as appropriate. Please pay close attention to any information that may be asked for in the missing values section, and then select Save and Close. If you're unsure, please request assistance from the Dean's Office or your VPC. Now that the offer has been created, you will need to submit it for approval and then extend the offer to the candidate. You may choose to view that tutorial next, or if you're already familiar with that process, you may choose to exit or select any of the other related topics.